I think I'm probably live. I don't know. I'm waiting for it to catch up. My head looks really weird though with the screen the way it is. Let's have a quick look and see if I can sort that. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm just going to fire up the right page so I can see it. I hope everybody is well, and I'm going to sort out the screen in a second. Just let me catch myself up. Let's have a quick look. So, what am I doing? Oops. Let's sort out my background. Sorry, it's still the background from a previous call. Video settings, background of filters. Should we not have a filter tonight? Should we just go? There we go. Should we just go with a standard background? You can see the theme of unplastered walls continues in my house. Well, actually, that was plastered, whereas the other ones aren't. I'm just going to rejig my screens around so I can see everything in the right way. I'm sat back in the front room again tonight. I'm quite liking it down here because in the winter, it's bloody freezing in my house. So it's quite nice here because we've got a huge fire burner. I'll show you just over there. There's a massive, massive log burner and it's burning away. So it's really nice to sit down here where it's lovely and warm because the rest of the house is bloody freezing. So yeah. Let's have a quick look and see what's going on. Evening, Laura, Kerry, Keely, Morris. Hello, Morris. Stephen, Dave and Shirl are back from North Wales. Is that because you're out of lockdown now? And funny enough, I'm actually heading to North Wales. I'm really pleased. So I'm just going to try and make my beanbag a little bit more comfortable because that's what I'm sat on. They're lovely bean bags. When you can get them in the right position, when you get sorted and they're comfy, they're lovely, but get sorted and comfy. Who'd have ever thought that you'd see your future prime minister rigging around on a bean bag, trying to get everything comfortable to do a live where you just talk shit? But hey, there you go. Yeah, I'm heading up to North Wales. So I was really pleased to see earlier that North Wales has come, will be coming out of, or they'll allow travelling between Wales and the UK, or the UK, fuck's sake, it's been a long day, between Wales and England from tomorrow, I think it is. So if you're in tier 1 or tier 2, you can obviously then travel to Wales. But let's be honest, nobody is going to travel from tier 1 to Wales because tier 1 is Cornwall, or the Isle of Wight, and they're not really next to each other. So really, it should just say tier 2. But the reason I'm pleased about that is because on Saturday at 2:30 we go to pick up Django, our puppy. So yeah, I'm really pleased because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to go get the puppy. So yeah, that's good news. So I'm going to crack on in a second. I'm going to ask a question. How is everybody this evening? Do let me know. And if there's anything that you want to comment, then please do, and I'll pick it up as we go through. I'm not seeing how many viewers there are, so I don't know. Maybe a little bit smart. I very rarely look. There goes the fire. So we reopened. We re-bloody opened. How amazing is that? So Shepton this week, they've had their new escape rooms installed, or the finishing of the installation of the new escape rooms. I had all that confirmed today by the team installing. And by the site. So it's not that complicated, but basically there's a company called Immersive Events which build and manage events. So all different types of events. They build escape room events, they build prison events, they build screen parks, loads of props and apparatus, and they train actors and stuff like that. So really cool little event company, which I just happen to own. So I would say it was really cool. It's a lovely event company. It's gone through quite a journey in the last sort of 18 months to 2 years. And in fairness, we haven't really done a lot with it since January because we were spending some time in the prisons. Then lockdown hit, so it just kind of stopped. But so they're back up. They've installed escape rooms this week at Shepton Mallet Prison. So those are all up and ready and running and ready to go for Saturday. So Charlie and the team are really looking forward to getting those going. And then they'll be installing escape rooms. They'll start next week, but they're probably going to take the week after as well to get those going at Shrewsbury. So that's all good. Oh, sorry, I missed that. So that's all good. And then we've got the whole coming on as well. So we're installing more escape rooms there, more interpretation spaces. So loads and loads happening. Really pleased to open up yesterday. Which was really good. And again, the same for Shepton, or both sites. Really pleased to open up and get the tours going again. And the ghost tours will be happening right now as we speak at Shepton Mallet. So that's really cool. Yeah, and just so much happening. So I can talk a little bit about those kind of things. I can talk about, I said last week, I'll be able to talk about loads of different stuff this week. So I'm going to crack onto that. I'm just going to read a few of the comments because there's a few of them asking me different questions. I want to make sure I pick them up. I'll pick the food bank one up in a second. Oh, good to hear people are good. Keely's tired. Yeah, I understand that, Keely. I've met your partners. Keely, hey, what? Hold on, let me rewind that. I've met your other half. Are we still doing the 12 plus ghost tours? Yeah, ghost tours are still 12 plus. Will I take the net out of how I'm feeling? Oh, Rachel, no, that's never good. I've had a really good day today. Let's have a quick look. All good here. Wrexham, what puppy are you getting? Puppy, I'm getting a Cocker Spaniel. His name is Django. He's hopefully going to be lovely. So that's all good. What I did do this week, now I'm not getting another husky, but my husky is here. I'll show you. Look, look at her. I've plugged in. She is proper chill tonight. Proper chill. You can see we've got the Christmas decorations up. So both the kids have got a Lego advent calendar. The box over there is a box of Christmas books to always get out. That tree there is an activity tree. So they have 24 activities. They open one each day, and it's different things. Like the 1st of December was a Santa zip wire. So they create a zip wire across the house and have to build Santa sleighs, put the Santas in, and then try and get them to move to see how fast they can get them going and stuff. They had to make mince pies. They get loads of different things, 24 different Christmas activities that Emma does with them during the day. So yeah, we're not getting another husky, we're getting a Cocker Spaniel. And this week we had the guys from Wrexham, from Berwyn Prison up, who do the dog training there. So the drug dog trainers, the drug dog guys, the drug team, if you will. So they came up to the prison yesterday. So Emma and I went to catch up with them, and we spent about 45 minutes with those guys, just talking about the best way of training Cocker Spaniels and how to get the best out of that process, really, what to do, what not to do. So that was good to be able to take advantage of those guys being in and really stepping into people that really understand that world really well. So that was good. Today I've been this morning I had a meeting with our media partner, so the company that do all of our media work with us, so a company called Reach Media. They're based in Shrewsbury, funny enough, so they're doing our new website builds for Shrewsbury and Shepton at the moment. They are working on the branding piece, so we made the decision to relook at the logos and basically take them on that journey to the next level, to evolve from where they were and really create lovely, solid brands and identities for both of the jails on an independent format. So they've been working on those. So I saw the first draft today. I saw six or seven different logo designs, met with them, refined the ones we like, and they're going to do some tweaking and stuff. And I think I'm going to have those arrive with me tomorrow. I'm drinking a cup of tea tonight. So both of the prisons are going to have new brand, new identity, new logos launching, which is really cool. It's, like I said, it would really help cement that, I think, for the future. I then had some work this afternoon. I had a meeting this afternoon around audience development plans, business strategies, fundraising strategies, staffing structures, reviewing of business models, of financing, all the fun stuff that happens behind the scenes. So I did that today. Yesterday I spent the day in the jail. I did the live with Graham. Did anybody see that live with Officer Goodwin? Fuck me, that was brilliant. Like, one of the best lives so far. Really pleased with that live. I thought Graham was absolutely excellent. Really pleased we've created him an online persona. That's got huge legs, that one. Graham and I are going to do a lot of work on that piece and about what that looks like and how it's going to develop itself. And we're about to build the digital hub in the prison as well, so that's going to really help, because we'll be able to apply better technology, better processing, just a whole next level. And when we start bringing other people into it as well, that's going to really scale. So really, really excited for that. I'm really looking forward to that happening, and that will work really well for both Shepton and Shrewsbury, and lots of other businesses and other people will be able to come in and take advantage of the studio, the platform, the green screen, the ability to do all those kind of things that we can do. They'll be able to do as well in our studio. So looking forward to that one. Spent some time with Lauren, not a lot of time, but I spent a little bit of time with Lauren yesterday, just catching up, chewing the fat, talking about various things. Somebody mentioned it, I think it was Louise mentioned it earlier, about the food banks. So much food's being left by the production, so much. I mean, I can't, if you haven't seen it on the social media pages on Shrewsbury Prison, go check it out, because on their stories, because it's just a plethora of stuff. It's so much. It fills entire rooms. But yeah, Lauren has been sorting through that with Stacey. And in fairness, the kids went in yesterday and helped out as well, sorting all the food out. So the food banks are coming in tomorrow to collect it, and then they will distribute it to people basically in need. So we're really pleased to be able to do that and support that rather than it just going in the bin. Got some really cool stuff as well off the back of the productions. So loads of bits that we purchased off the back of them, and loads of bits that we were able to do whilst they were in as well. We had the time to do it. I wanted to talk about the production today. I wanted to talk about some of the things that had happened that I'm allowed to talk about, which obviously we didn't talk about what was happening. I wanted to talk about some of the actors that had been there, tell you some of the funny stories that had happened. There's an absolute perler of a story about people speaking with one of the actors. So I wanted to do that. We spoke to the production company, and we were told that we weren't allowed to talk about it. I was like, oh, for God's sakes, come on. You can't make this stuff up, I swear to God. It's still apparently a secret, despite the production giving letters to local residents, full detailing the production, despite obviously being through social media. I'm still not allowed to talk about it. There's not a lot I can do about that. So yeah, I can't talk about the specifics of the production. I can just tell you that there was a production. Yeah, that's kind of it. I can't tell you who the actors were. I can't tell you really anything particularly. So, I mean, by all means, ask me the questions. I'll see if I can tiptoe around it as best as I can. I mean, yeah, you know, one does not simply walk into prison, is basically as much as I can sort of give you. That's it. That's as much as I can do. But yeah, so that was that one. We've got some new products coming along the lines, so that's looking good as well for one of the jails. And yeah, just looking forward to now. What am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going to be, like I say, the guys from the food hub are coming to collect all the food, the food bank, sorry. Got a couple of meetings in, nothing too drastic tomorrow. And then next week I'm on paternity. So paternity is my puppy paternity leave, obviously. So I'll be at home the entire week. I'm going to go in Wednesday morning just to catch up and obviously do the live with Graham. And then, yeah, and then I'll be on my paternity. So obviously I'll be in training the puppy. I'll still be working, but I'll be doing it from home. And the following week after that, we've got the construction guys coming in. So we've got the building firm coming in that we use at Shrewsbury. They're coming in to have a look at our phase 1 development plans, which is all the building works we want to get done on phase 1, a little bit of phase 2. And they're going to go through and start looking at those, working out a plan of development, working out a building plan, a structure plan, and starting to cost and put everything together. So that's really starting to move on quite quickly now. I don't know how we're going to fund it, but we'll worry about that down the line. But yes, that's going, and I'm going to be making a surprise, although it's not a surprise now because I'm about to announce it. I'm going to be heading down to Shepton Mallet on that week as well. So I think it's the week beginning the 14th. So I think I'll go down the 16th and 17th. I'm down for a couple of days. Haven't even told them yet. So Morris, brand new information for you. I'm coming down to Shepton for a couple of days before Christmas. I expect presents. And yeah, that's really it. I'm trying to think what else has happened this week. I know there was something massive that I was going to pick up and I completely forgot what it was. So obviously really important. So yeah, do remind me if anyone has that. I'm just going to pick up the comments very quickly. Yeah, sorry, I'm all the way back up with Dave's comments about the husky is really chilled. She is at the moment. Rob is back in his cell. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just picking these comments up so I can read them. Yeah, the Wednesday lives are brilliant. The production is not based on a true story. Well, as far as I'm aware, it's not. Did everyone see the post I put up about Lauren with the paper? Did anybody see that? Somebody must have seen that. Because yeah, that was exciting, really, really exciting. And she found another one today, something different today. Just having a quick look. Another tour lockdown. Oh, sorry, Louise. I've just seen you asked. What was the piece of paper Lauren was pleased about when she left? She was holding the photo. Was it an autograph? No. So we found, as we were going through, there's obviously lots of stuff left. So we found a script which belongs to one of the star actors. So we're like, that's really cool. So we'll put that to one side and we'll put that in the interpretation space. We're going to create all about that production because we're creating a few interpretation space about production. So there'll be a Holby City cell, a Coronation Street cell. There's going to be a Lucky Man cell. It's a Most Haunted cell. There's this production cell. So yeah, so we found one of the scripts of one of the main actors. We know it's theirs because it's got their name watermarked across it. And then Lauren was clearing out cells yesterday along with Emma and the kids. And Emma came across a script from another main actor, another core actor, with all of their lines highlighted. And it was in the cell next to the ones that they've been filming in, so we could see it was their script. And then today, I don't think she shared it yet, so she'll kill me for saying this. Today, Lauren found another script with from again one of those two core actors, but this one has got handwritten notes all over it in terms of chops and changes to lines and screen directions and stuff like that. So a really brilliant find. So I'm really pleased they found that, because obviously we were open yesterday, so in fairness, someone else could have found it, but yeah, she found that, so that's cool. So that again will go into there. I do remember Pat Sharp from Funhouse in the 80s. Although I think it was the 90s. I think I'll find Funhouse was the 90s. I don't think it was the 80s. And they had the twins, Melanie and Maxine or whatever it is. I can't remember what they were called. But yeah, no, I absolutely remember Funhouse. I remember just always wanting to go on Funhouse when I was a kid. I'm sure it was the 90s. In fact, I'm going to check that whilst we do it. I'm sure Funhouse was 90s. It can't have been 80s. Funhouse game show. Melanie and Martina with the twins. Funhouse can't have been the 80s. Surely not. Oh my God, it started in 1989. Oh, but it went on to 1999 in fairness. It went on for 10 years. But yes, I do remember that. I am that old despite my youthful looks. Matthew, I'm missing a trick about not doing a Christmas fair. Do you know what? We considered it, but it's just so much going on. And to be honest, it's just, I'm not convinced people will do it. I think there's still a lot of nervousness out there, a lot of worry. We actually weren't expecting to have the sports hall either. We're expecting that to be taken over by the council. I don't think they're going to at the moment. They may do in a little while. But yeah, so I think, we weren't expecting that to happen. I've actually got another production coming in anyway next weekend. So I think on the 12th they come in, and they're in for a couple of days. So yeah, so they'll be there as well. So yeah, it's just I know what you're saying, but I just don't think it would have. I don't think we would have had it work. I don't think people would have done it. To be honest, I don't think people will have turned up either. So it's one of those things. I have no idea when the production is going out. Someone's just asked when it's going out, so I can talk about it. There was rumours of it going out. Sorry, more notes are coming down the stairs. They should be coming out in the spring, but it might not be until the autumn. So who knows? Jules, I had the pleasure of talking to H on the phone yesterday. Harriet, one of my guys? One of my guys are on... I was so confused by some of these comments. Yeah, Matthew, I totally get it. Businesses absolutely will want to. Let's pick this up. The debate about doing a Christmas fair. So I absolutely totally agree. Businesses absolutely want to pick up some extra cash. Well, they want to sell the goods and wares and make the money from it. I totally get that. And I think some people will absolutely go out and visit those things, and they'll do it, and others won't. I think the amount of work and effort that goes in on a Christmas fair to prep it, to put it together, there's a lot. I think that the marketing and advertising that has to go in behind it, the cost that goes in behind that to make people aware it's happening, again, is significant. The operational logistics on the day, again, is significant, and especially in a COVID world, I think is again, it's a big thing. We've obviously got to make sure that we can continue to run our normal business, and we weren't going to charge to do the Christmas fair. So, it would have been completely down to just us giving something back. And we're doing a lot of that at the moment anyway. But I just don't think that we're far enough out of lockdown. We're far enough through the pandemic for people to have confidence to have stalls and to visit in the numbers needed for those stalls to make the money. Because if you only get a few visitors, if you don't get the numbers through, the stalls are going to lose out, and then they're sat there all day without people coming through. So I just don't see it. And if you look across the country, the very, very few Christmas fairs are actually happening. I get it wrong from time to time, absolutely. I don't think this is one of those cases. I'll be honest. I think I've read this one right, and I think not doing a Christmas fair this year is the right decision. But I don't know whether we will know or not, because we're not going to run one. I guess we'll see if other places run Christmas fairs and what the success rate is. But yeah, I think it's a tough one this year. I'll be honest. And it is interesting because I'm quite fond of internet shopping. I love Amazon. I think Amazon's brilliant. I mean, what Amazon does and people miss quite regularly is what Amazon gives me is the gift of time. I can literally sit here right now, and I know you're all aware of this. I can sit here right now. I can order something on my phone. It would take me 2 minutes if I know what I need to order, and it will be here tomorrow. And it's 8:30 in the evening, and it will arrive tomorrow. And it takes me 2 minutes to order it. That is Amazon giving me the gift of time. So, for example, if I wanted to, something I had to order was, I've had to order thermostat knobs for my heaters. So I could order those now. They would turn up tomorrow, next day outside at the latest, but probably tomorrow if I did it now. And I don't have to even worry about it. I get back from work and they'll be here. Otherwise, I'd have to go to a hardware store. I'd have to go down the aisle. I'd have to find them. All of that takes time. And whilst that's okay, I don't have a huge amount of time in my life, like a huge amount of spare time. So where I can reduce it, that's hugely helpful. So I quite like Amazon. I'm not going to say the other word because she's over there and she'll hear me and she'll start talking. It begins with an A. But yeah, so I'm quite fond of that. But I did realize when I was chatting to the kids earlier today, and I was like, right, we need to go and think about getting mummy some presents. And I was like, oh God, we're going to have to go to shops, because for them, that's the whole experience of Christmas, isn't it? Going to the shop and actually looking at things. Doing it on the internet, it's not quite the same. So that was a bit of a realization I hadn't quite seen. But yeah, so I've got to figure that one out. So I'm going to flick through the comments again. Was meant to be him, but got too excited to finish comment properly. Okay. This has been leaked online, Joel. Time is a new prison drama series starring Sean Bean and Stephen Graham, and it's being filmed at Shrewsbury Prison until Friday, 20th of November. I don't know where you saw that, Dave. I don't know that's a leak. I think that's I don't know where you saw it. Flag it up to me and I'll have a quick look. All I'm doing is reading your comment. I cannot confirm nor deny anything. What I can confirm is that they were there beyond the 20th of November, which you're all aware of. Oh, Laurie's asking a question about who do I want to win tomorrow. I will answer that when I know who's competing with who. That sounds really bad. GI or Jordan? I saw this too. It has to be G Jordan. I don't even know. Are you talking about Are you talking about I'm a Celebrity? I haven't watched that at all. I watched a little bit of it the other day, and that was it. Um, I still think I'm a Celebrity in prison would be amazing. Can you imagine how epic I'm a Celebrity would be in the prison? Shrewsbury or Shepton, it makes no difference. For Shrewsbury, it's good to go. Like, I mean, that would be insane. They have their own cell. It's so straight. I mean, that shit just writes itself. Um, so yeah, I think that's a straightforward one. Yeah, Matthew's picking up about the treatment of Amazon for their employees. And I think it's a difficult one, and they're not by any means. I'm not excusing them, and I haven't seen the documentary on it, and I totally believe that there is unethical processes happening. I mean, there are with lots of companies. I'm not saying that makes it right. I'm just saying there are with lots of companies. I mean, Amazon do employ a million people. A million people. I mean, just saying that number for a second, employing a million people is a huge number. I mean, that's the population of some countries, small countries, but it's a population. I think 70 odd million in the UK. That's employing a million people. That's a massive percentage. I think New Zealand's got a population of like 5 million, something like that. So you're employing 20% of the whole country. It's a huge number. So yeah, there's various things, but it is a balance. I do agree, Matthew, with what you support and what you don't. But then there's loads of SMEs out there that are really unethical as well, really bad treatment of their employees. I see those all the time. So I see it with huge conglomerates, and I see it with tiny, small, independent businesses, and everything in between. So I don't think that's just Amazon. It's just nobody's going to do a documentary, an hour-long documentary on John's shoe shop round the corner who treats his staff like shit. They're not going to do that. But that happens. Trust me, it definitely happens. And that's one of the reasons why I run the company the way we do. We're very ethical in the way that we go about things. We do things very. I like to think we do things properly, but we're really employee centric. We're really employee driven. That's one of the key things. So I'm just reading through these comments. Yeah, the idea, news pitch idea. I've been tweeting them, Rachel. I've been throwing it out to IGTV, but they're not there. So I think they're busy at the moment. So I'm gonna keep pressing it. This is a case of who you know, not what you know. I think in production world, I just don't know the right people. I'm just reading the comments. We get on the treadmill for challenge. Yeah, treadmill, eating gruel. It just writes itself. Celebrities in prison. My friend knows Richard O'Brien. Let's get it sorted out. Crystal May's in prison. Yeah, we'd be going. Okay, right. I've got about 10, 15 minutes left today. So that's about a third of the way. Yeah. One of the things that I was going to pick up today was about being able to change opinions, being able to change thought processes. I really like. I'm one of those people. Right. Let me position this one right, because I'm going to cut this into its little IGTV video. So I'm going to do a little prelude into it. So this is. I'm about to do a. Let me think about this. This is where I do 20 take Joels. I'm about to do a quick piece around changing your mind, and the ability to change your mind, and allowing yourself to change your mind. I'm doing this on a Join Joel, which is something that I film every Thursday, or I record every Thursday. It goes out live 8 o'clock. People watch it, they comment, I have a conversation with them. I basically just talk about what's happened to me in my previous week, what experiences I've had, talk about the businesses, talk about my personal life, and answer questions, and just chat to people for 45 minutes every Thursday 8 o'clock. But on this occasion, I'm actually going to talk. Everyone commenting here is just like, what the hell is he talking about now? He's gone off into a hole. I wanted to talk about changing your mindset. So I used to be really fixed, like incredibly fixed in my own mind in terms of the way things had to be done. And I found it quite difficult to change my opinion on everything in life. You know, my opinion of people, my opinion of celebrities, politicians, the laws, you know, the reasons why things are. I used to frustrate the fuck out of me, like really frustrate me. I used to get really angry about certain things, more in my youth. And one of the things I love about being an entrepreneur is the growth and the development that you have personally as well as professionally. But I can remember probably about 4 or 5 years ago now, it wasn't long after I took over the jail, starting to change my opinion of various things, and really sort of sitting back and listening to other ideas and other thoughts and other concepts and other theories, and reading information and researching a bit more, and allowing myself to change my mindset. And one of the big things that I used to do as a business was, I always felt employing people was better than outsourcing to external organizations. So to give you an example, I didn't want to outsource lots of marketing stuff to external marketing companies. I wanted to keep it in-house. Now, part of that might have been because I got stung quite badly with a big falling out with my business partner in my first company, and they did a lot of the marketing side. So maybe that was why. And they had a marketing company, so I don't know, or if it was just because I was quite fixed, but I wanted to have all the marketing stuff in house. We employed people that could do websites, we employed people that could do brands and designs and stuff like that. And it was brilliant. It worked really, really well. And as that's developed and people have sort of left or moved on, or we've got rid of them, whatever the reason may be, it leaves gaps in the team. And what's been interesting is over the last year to 18 months, there's been quite a notable shift in how our sales and marketing team has moved. And it's left us with this position where we're looking to a media partner. So I've spent the last few months working with a company who I was really pleased that today we assigned as our media partner, and we sort of officially signed that process. And it was really nice because, again, if you'd asked me sort of a few years ago, even 3 years ago, I'd be like, no, we'll do all of our own marketing. We'll do everything in-house. No, we don't need an external company. And just today, just sitting there watching the presentations, I was like, wow, do you know what? We couldn't have done this ourselves. And even in the last 5 years, I've not had an employee that has that ability to deliver what these guys do. And because they specialize, and there's various examples of that. But I really like the ability to grow and to change your mindset. And I do that now in everything I do, everything I attribute to, everything I work on, everything I look at. I sit back and I really take in other opinions. I really look at it and I analyze it before I make a decision. So I don't make a fast snap judgment anymore, which is what I used to do. I try and look at every angle. And as an entrepreneur, I think that's really, really important, because you can get the best of every situation. But I think actually just as a person, it's a really important thing to do, to listen to others and to understand their thoughts and their opinions and the reasons why. And the why is a really big thing for me. So that's something that I'm really pleased that I would say entrepreneurship has taught me, is the ability to analyze, reanalyze, listen, take in other perspectives, and allow myself to change my mind. And I'm proud to be able to change my mind and go, actually, this is what I used to think, and now I think this, and I'm not ashamed to do that. And previously, I would have found that really, really difficult. I would have found that really hard. So that's a little video I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to go back to my Join Joel. So yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, jump on 8 o'clock every Thursday. On my social media channel, on my Facebook channel, and yeah, that's what I do. Normally I've got a drink in hand, but not tonight. Okay, right, I'm back in the room. So I thought I'd do that because I'm gonna edit that out. I'm gonna cut it up, and I'm gonna chuck it up to an IGTV for anybody that's not watching. So it's a bit weird, that one, wasn't it? Because I kind of stepped out of the room, but I was still in it for a moment. The dog is still out cold. You say hello, Sooks. You say hello. Hello. Yeah, she's quite happy, just let down. Okay, I'm pretty much there, really. I mean, I've got 10 minutes left, but I don't really have anything else to say. So I don't know if there's any questions or anything you guys want to go through or hear about. Happy to talk about any subject I can. There's not really a lot more that's happened this week. I think I've kind of piled everything into it. Trying to think if there's anything drastic that happened over the weekend. Oh, shit. No, there is massive news. The duty manager job. We're employing somebody full-time, brand new at Shrewsbury Prison. How the fuck did I forget that? That's what I was talking about when I said I know there's something else, but I've forgotten what it was. So yeah, so we've got actually we're doing two rejigs. So you guys won't be aware of this because it's not been announced externally, but we've got an internal appointment at Shepton Mallet Prison for a duty manager. So all the internal team can apply for a promotional opportunity to become the duty manager at Shepton Mallet Prison. And basically, I'll talk about more about the role in a sec. And we've created the same role at Shrewsbury Prison, but it's it's an external appointment in the sense of it's 37 and a half additional hours. So it can be somebody internal or external. So we've opened it up to the big wide world. So a duty manager role, in a nutshell, is responsible for the day-to-day running of the prison on the days they're there. They're responsible for a very specific area, which in this instance will be the visitor centre. So looking after the visitor centre, which contains the ticket office, the gift shop, the museums, part of the heritage aspect, looks after the CSAs, the customer sales assistants at the front of house, looks after the front of house systems, the merchandising, some of the marketing materials and pieces like that. And like I said, is responsible for the day-to-day operations on the days they're there. And when the site manager goes on holiday, they take the reins. So yeah, really big move for us. Might not necessarily seem like it, but it's a huge change operationally. It's going to give a lot more support, a lot more kind of backbone, if you will, to the structure, because they're a little bit loose sometimes. We get a little bit kind of caught short in the sense we're spread quite thin. So this is going to give a lot more support for Lauren and her team, and again for Charlie and his team, and it means that people will be able to, there'll just be more capacity, and it will stop my team from the Campbell Group team, who are a business support team, having to come down and do day-to-day stuff in the ticket office and the restaurant, stuff like that, which we're happy to do, but again, it takes us away from our jobs. So yeah, that's really good. So yeah, really pleased for that. So applications coming in. They're due to close actually on the 8th, which I think is next Tuesday. So we'll see what happens, how many have come in. I don't see it getting extended, but you just never know. But I'm really pleased for Lauren and for Charlie to be able to have those roles coming in and growing both of those sites, growing the opportunities as well for people to join us, and for people that already exist in our business, employees already there, to grow and to progress. So yeah, really pleased for that one. Huge news. Can't believe I didn't lead with that. What a prick. Just reading all the new comments. Yes, the dog is getting a rest. We put the puppy crate into the kitchen where Suki's crate is. So we put the puppy crate in next to it the other day, and she was looking at it like, not sure about this one. Not sure. She knows something's going on. I think she knows there's an arrival is imminent, because there's another crate with a dog bed in it, but she can't get into it. So I think she's savvy to that. Let me just pick up the other bits. So it's just someone asking about a salmon leaping out the weir. Oh, Matthew, what a question. That's a great one. I'll answer that in a second. So I'm just reading the comments. So Matthew's asked, what do I think the key and importance for job description / advert to get the right candidate to apply is? I think that's changed drastically now. Obviously, you want to have the key attributes of what you're looking for. I think those tend to be quite generic, though. I mean, everyone's looking for somebody that can apply themselves. It's a team player that's got good time management. They can, work well by themselves, work well with others. Is motivated, good communicator. Those are all kind of the key things. So I think it does depend on the role, but I think trying to get the job description accurate to the role they're going to be doing is really key. There's no point in saying you need to be a good communicator and you need to be able to work well with others when you're applying for a job as a school janitor in a small school where you're going to be the only person working by yourself sweeping floors. You don't need to be a good communicator, and you don't need to work well with others. So that would be silly. But I do think there is a combination between making sure that what you need in the job requirements matches the job advert, because otherwise people are going to see something, apply for it, and it will be something different. I think trying to be as open and honest with people in the application process is quite important. So again, trying to get that into the application, or trying to get that into the advert, so people know what, like I say, what they're applying for. Personally, I'm a big fan of people being allowed to sell themselves. So we have a number of things in our applications that I am not really that keen on, and we have to have some of them. Legally, we have to have some of them, and I think others are just, there's just the way it's done. And there is a thing about again, I'm not a big fan of just doing things because that's the way they're done, but there are certain bits which is just, that's the way it's done. And I think job applications is one of those, but I force a piece into that application. It's mandatory. It has to be in our applications where people, the question is, excuse me, frog in my throat. It's my COVID coming out. There is a question in there that says, tell us why you would be good at this role. It's a simple, straightforward question. Tell us why you'd be good at this role. And it is an opportunity for people to sell themselves to us as an organization, because you'll get through the sift. So the sift of looking through the applications, and through looking through the applications, we're anonymized. By the time they get to us, they're anonymized. So we don't know the name, the age, the gender, anything along those lines. Any personal information has disappeared, so we just see a raw content. And for me, that's where I go first. I don't read anything else. I go straight to that box, and I read that box, and that tells me generally if that's a person that I would like to sift or not sift. And I might have a collection of people through that, and then I would look through, and then maybe have a look at the qualifications and the jobs. And again, another thing I look for is whether how long people have had other jobs for, and the reasons why they've left other jobs. Hey, Ems. So I'll look at those kind of things. But that for me is the key piece. I never look at GCSE results. I mean, who looks at GCSE results? I would have never got a job in my life, would I, if we looked at thanks. If I looked at GCSE results. She sits there over there with a degree in psychology, nice and comfortable, and I sit over here with my 3 GCSEs. Hey, PE, drama, history, what more do you need? It has done me well, thank you. So yeah, but again, we've built to a position now where we've got somebody that works in HR, so they do a lot of that work. Obviously, the line managers do a lot of the requesting, and then obviously we go forward in the interviews. But I don't sit in on interviews anymore. I get to meet candidates depending on the job they're going for, whether I get to meet the candidates beforehand or not. I probably will do in the DM role. But I don't sit on interviews. People don't want me in on the interviews. So yeah, that's I think I was banned from them about a year ago, wasn't I? I was banned from sitting in on interviews. It must be about a year or so ago when Paige started. I wasn't allowed to sit on her interview, or the last few. So yeah, it's been a while. Okay, right. I think that's me there. It's spot on 45 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed this evening's. It's been a game of two halves, or a coin of two sides, as we say. I'll be back obviously next week. You will get to see the puppy next week. Django will make an appearance, I promise. So he'll be here. So what better reason to tune in than that? I doubt I'll be able to talk any more about the production. And hopefully we'll have had a number of applications in. We'll be getting the sift through for the new role. And other bits and pieces I'm sure will unfold during the week. So thank you very much once again for joining me. I'm going to sign off now. And like I say, I'll catch you during the week and obviously next week. And don't forget to make Graham's live if you can. Cool. Take care, guys. I'll see you next week.